Hey Cancer, it's Regina here from Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. Let's jump into the month of September using tarot and astrology for everyday living. So this month and for the next almost 10 months, you're going to have Jupiter in your sign, which is such a gift. And Jupiter, I always say it's the planet of luck and blessings and expansion and foreign travel and higher learning. But what I had forgotten about until recently is that it also rules law and fairness and ethics. It's almost like the higher courts in a sense because it's associated with the higher power. So with Jupiter in Cancer, you can know that if you are dealing with legal matters or anything about, law in general, the luck is on your side, okay? Now, you also have a trine going on this month when we have the full moon in Pisces, which is going to come with an eclipse. So I've got a lot of notes here because it is such a big month, so chock full of planetary changes. And so the Pisces full moon will be 15 degrees. It happens on September 7th. 2:09 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so this is going to be an interesting one, although it's going to be a harmonious aspect for you, Cancer. You are going to have that trine, that positive aspect happening to the sign Pisces in general. But know that anything on weak ground will collapse and it may feel intense. And this can be relationships, career, health, mental states, all these things. It's an intense full moon, okay? And this eclipse wants to take something away, and it's going to be opposite Saturn. It's going to be interesting. So you got to clear the way, remove the dead wood to make room for new growth. You got to get really zen. You got to get really calm because it's going to be intense. Now, you have Saturn that just moved back into Pisces, retrograded back into Pisces on September 1st. So that's going to be a trine to you also. So you may find maybe some things need to shift in your career, and maybe now you'll be able to see what that is, make the necessary changes. You're having a square with Neptune in the cardinal sign of Aries. You're a cardinal sign, Cancer. So Neptune, the planet of creativity, illusion, delusion, the ruler of Pisces, is squaring you. So pay attention to karmic cycles that are showing up to be broken. Now, you also have a square with Mars, the planet of action, in the cardinal sign of Libra. And that's going to go on till September 22nd. And then Mars will move into the sign of Scorpio, a fabulous placement for the planet of action, the original ruler of the sign Scorpio. So if you're looking to get things done or push ahead with something, after the 22nd of the month is going to be much more smooth for you, Cancer. Now, you make a nice sextile, a positive aspect with the planets in the sign of Virgo. We know we have a lot of things going on in Virgo. The sun's there. Mercury is going to be there. We have what else? There's something else going on in Virgo. But anyways, this is a positive aspect for you. So when we come upon that new moon later in the month, and I'm flipping through my notes here to try to find the date, the 21st of the month, Virgo, new moon and solar eclipse. Solar eclipse can bring us something. You have a positive aspect with that. So that's going to be very helpful for you. And so there's questions to ask yourself about your health and your wealth. And are you getting enough rest? Virgo is all about health and organization. And so you can get a lot of that done and make space for that eclipse to bring you something beautiful, right? Maybe get a new piece of furniture or something like that. All right. So those are themes for you this month, Cancer. Let's start with rolling these dice. Let's see what other themes are coming up. We rolled the moon in the sign of Aquarius in the first house. So the moon in the rebellious genius sign of Aquarius, and the first house is Aries, house of I am, and the moon's going to be there. It can make us a little moody, but it can break into new territory. Aquarius, new ideas, new ways of almost like branding yourself, new ways of showing up in the world, thinking differently, trusting your feelings. All right, let's see. Let's leave that there and see if any more themes about that come up. I'm going to put some cards on the table, and these cards are going to be for your overall month of September, Cancer. See what important themes we have going on. Then we'll get a little bit more into detail. Haven't looked at any of these cards yet. Working with a couple fun decks. My new deck is the Curious Travels. This first one, I'm really excited about that new deck. Just about ready to bring it into my private readings. I like to work with a deck for a little bit before I bring it in with clients. Recently brought in the Magical Hours Tarot, which is a new one that I really enjoy. Pastoral Tarot, and we've got a Spirit of the Animals Oracle card here for you for your theme, animal spirit for the month. Okay, so let's see what we have going on. Your first card is Temperance. Isn't that what we began talking about was Jupiter? And here it is. This is an expression of Jupiter, Temperance, dipping your foot into new waters. And I love the crown, so big on his head. So this is Jupiter, and it's showing up, and it's helping push you into new territory. Aquarius is a lot of new energy up there that you rolled. So lots of Jupiter. Your second card is the Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Earth, Nine of Value. We see that everything is very lush. Nine of Pentacles is when all is well. Some people think of Pentacles as just as money. We see luck here. We see financial stability here. Let's see what else we have. Oh, look at this cute Two of Cups. There's a wedding going on. And Two of Cups is really the love card of the tarot deck. We see a beautiful relationship here. And as a Cancer rising myself, I'm happy to see this harmonious energy here. Now, let's see what the spirit animal of the month is. And we have the elephant. It says greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Look at those tusks. The poor elephant, I know how much those tusks endanger them because everybody wants those. They're so valuable. We see a lot here about value. We see a lot here about beautiful relationships. We see luck on your side, dipping into new territory. The moon in Aquarius, doing things differently. First house rebranding. You might be getting married. You might be changing your name. You might be, that elephant card makes me feel like, I don't know, the word like generationals coming up, like long. I don't know how long elephants live, but something long standing. There's a lot of greatness here. Okay. As the elephant card says, as the Nine of Pentacles speaks, as Temperance speaks to us as an expansion into new territory, and this lovely Two of Cups. All right. So great energy to start off here, Cancer. So let's make a pile here of themes of career, of long-term success, of your, I hate to say just career, because some people are raising children or doing a lot of volunteer works. This is where you're putting your attention, almost like your day job. Okay, let's put a couple cards into a pile there. Now let's put another pile just for love. And this can be, partnership love, marriage love, dating love, friendship love, family. We're going to have a lot of different kinds of love going on here in this pile and see what comes up for you, Cancer. Got a couple of them there. All right. Now up at the top, I'm going to put a card up at the top to represent the biggest obstacle for you this month. And then another card for your biggest opportunity this month. Let's put a couple up there. Here, I'm going to use my new deck. A couple up here, obstacle, opportunity. All right, let's see what we got. Let's start down here in this work pile. Okay, we're going to call it work for lack of better words. Here's the Page of Pentacles. And I love how she's standing over like this whole farm or this whole family compound or big parcels of land here. And she's holding this huge pentacle. Okay, Page of Pentacles. So it almost feels like your property value. It feels like somebody looking out for you over this grand property. All right, it's very beautiful. Page of Pentacles. You have the Eight of Wands, where she's kind of running up these stairs. This is a travel card. So it looks like there's some advancement. You're climbing the ladder, literally. and the Page of Pentacles. So you got the Page of Pentacles twice here, 2 different versions. And this one, she's kind of looking through the pentacle. Okay, looking through, seeing through value. So there's a lot here. This is a travel card. And for some of you, you may be thinking about selling property. For some of you, you may be buying property, but you're definitely, this is your career. And we see young energy of the page, but we see a lot about value and a lot about advancement. Okay, so this is not a bad thing. Now, let's go over into the love pile. We start off with the Knight of Swords. She would be the Knight of Communication. All right, there's some words that need to be said. Let's see what we have. Justice. We're just talking about Jupiter being on your side in legal matters. Okay, so we've got Justice, which really is a relationship card, card number 11. We call it a 2, associated with Libra. Okay, so that could be a card of marriage also. You already had this marriage one. This could be marriage here. The Hanged Man, which is a Pisces card. She looks really chill. Okay, this is a nice card nice version of the Hanged Man showing like relaxation. And the Knight of Cups, who looks like he's on the road, got his campfire, playing a harmonica. So both of these 2 cards are kind of hanging out. The marriage card, or the legal matters, a relationship card here, and the Knight of Swords. So let me just put one more here because it's like, it looks to me like there's something that needs to be said. Or maybe you may even be like signing some contracts before a marriage. And then there's kind of like chill energy and adventure energy here. Maybe you're taking some time with some people that you love. Maybe you're taking a trip. See anything else regarding that Knight of Swords and Justice. 8 of Pentacles. And they're working here. They're like engraving that pentacle with the symbol on it. So I think there's some things that you're supposed to be getting into writing, but just don't do that on the 17th of the month because Mercury is going to be opposite Saturn, and we're telling, the advice is like don't sign off on things around the 17th, a couple days before, a couple days after. There's some solidifying plans here. Okay, that's what I see. And then just enjoying the harmony of the relationships, and it almost implies some alone time also. All right, now let's go up here and let's go to the biggest obstacles for you this month, Cancer. The 4 of Wands, which looks like some friends. Often this looks like a wedding party, which is kind of funny. We've had a lot of themes about weddings, but this is relationships with others, right? That might be a challenge for you this month. And the Knight of Wands, it's like the bad boy of the tarot deck. Might have some issues with some friends. Yeah, it's kind of like spicy energy. And then it looks peaceful with these 2 women, but then we know it's your obstacle. So let me put one more on top of that. Anything else regarding Cancer's biggest obstacle this month? And it's the 5 of Wands that came up reversed like this. So it's just kind of like other people. Maybe that's why the alone time came up so much here. Even though it does look like you may be entering into a more serious relationship or solidifying, getting some legal documents with your relationship, whether that be a marriage or whether that just be legal matters. But it looks like you're dealing with others could be a little bit tough. Now, remember, Mars, the planet of action, is in Libra, the relationship sign. It's his worst placement. So Mars wants to do its own thing, and this is squaring you. It's already a bad placement for Mars. So, the advice is if you can't play nice, just at least be polite. All right. So this is your advice up here. Just be polite, walk away if you have to. All right. Now, this is your biggest opportunity. And you got the 3 of Cups, and you see a mom and her 2 kids on the beach with the dog. And 3 of Cups is usually very social and beautiful. So there's some opportunities for some really nice moments here. Almost has vacation vibes to it. All right. That's beautiful. And the 2 of Wands, a relationship number. It looks like her shoe is like tied around that tree. She almost looks like she's holding an egg. But the opportunity is showing, well, if it's an egg, then something new is being born. She's being held to that tree. So something about being held where you are but there's some new opportunities showing up, like some partnerships going to show up once that egg cracks. Let me just ask for one more card to help me understand this opportunity. And it's the Four of Swords, which is a rest pause card. So we saw vacation. We saw she can't really go anywhere. She's tied. Her foot is tied around that tree, and a pause card. So your opportunity is basically just to get some rest this month. You know, the full moon in Pisces, I always say water signs need more rest than other signs. And you're a water sign, Cancer, and we're going to have this big full moon in Pisces. So maybe you just have a little bit more of that savoring energy, get some more sleep. It's an opportunity for you, so take it while it's being offered. Okay. All right. Let me just see if there's anything else that you need to know, Cancer. Anything else before we finish up with Cancer here today? What do they need to know? There's two cards. One is the Devil and one is the Five of Swords. Okay. So the Devil card has a lot of themes of manipulation to me, but the positive aspect of the Devil is it's a Saturn ruled card. And so sometimes it comes up when there's big business opportunities. Now, the Five of Swords, we have like this mummy, it looks like, and the three swords are there. The two swords are on the ground. There may be some issues with relationships and there may be some power struggles for you this month, okay? But the best advice for you is to take a nice break back there, take some downtime, enjoy what's going on, the beauty of it all. There's new opportunities showing up for you. And I really don't take this Devil card as a negative. I take it as big business. And so there may be some confrontation up here that we saw with, it could be with friends, it could even be with business associates, but you're going to move past that because there's so many other great things going on for you this month, Cancer. So thanks for listening.